Hi everybody, Mark Lawrence once again for the basketball videos here at Playbook.com with my top tips and observations on this weekend's college basketball Final Four and championship games and the NBA games on tap. Taking a look at the Final Four games as the teams head to Atlanta this weekend. In the Final Four matchups on Saturday, we note that teams who enter into the Final Four games that have covered every game in the tournament, they're just 8-15 straight up and against the spread in these Final Four games. That does not bode well for Michigan or Wichita State that way this Saturday. Looking ahead to the championship game on Monday, we know that number one seeds have been in very well as favorites of late, going 6-2 to the spread in title games. Teams out of the Big East Conference are a perfect 4-0 to the spread the last four visits to the championship game. That would bode well for both Louisville and or Syracuse should they make it. On the flip side, teams from the Big Ten Conference are a miserable 1-6 to the spread in title games. That would not bode well for Michigan should the Wolverines make it to the title game. Moving on to the NBA stretch drive portion of the basketball season with the games now down to the final 10 games of the regular season. What I'll look to do is to play on any underdog that owns a winning record from here on out, as these teams are almost always in playoff contention. On the flip side, we'll look to play against any losing team that finds themselves favorite from here on out, as these teams have got their bags packed and are ready to head to the golf course sooner than later. Moving on to our incredible stat to close out this basketball video, and before I do that, I want to remind you there's still time to join me for a 3-day weekend of winners of all of our NCAA and NBA basketball selections and baseball plays as well for just $50 complete. When you log on to the website now at Playbook.com or call me toll-free to get on board to take advantage of our 3-day $50 special offer at 1-800-321-7777. Our incredible stat on the NBA basketball card takes place this Sunday when the Chicago Bulls take on the Detroit Pistons. Chicago has dominated the Pistons in the series, winning 21 of the last 23 games straight up, losing to the spread only 5 times in those 23 games. Keep an eye on the Bulls when they take on the Pistons this Sunday. That puts the final wraps on this edition of the Playbook videos for this week. Until next week, this is Mark Lawrence reminding you to always remember to bet with your head, not over it, and good luck as always.